Hello, garden friends. Welcome back to the Garden Girls podcast. I'm Meg,
And I'm Dagny.
and our friendship started in a group chat talking all things gardening, and now we're letting you guys in on the group chat. And today we're talking bulbs because it's
Yes,
time. It's time to
it
get those
is.
bulbs in the ground. Spring bulbs. These are bulbs that we're planting now that are going to pop up in the spring. So if you want your future self to thank your current self, plant them now.
I'm excited. I feel like planting spring bulbs. I did it for the first time last year and it was really rewarding, like in a way that I didn't even anticipate. Like I was, this will be nice in the spring, but it was really nice in the spring to
Hmm.
have that color because by that time in the year you're just so deprived of any form of
Yes.
color. The trees are bare, everything it just looks gray when you look outside. The sun isn't even out. So it's so nice. And the bulbs are generally very colorful. Like there's so many different color options. I actually read
Yeah.
there's like 3,000 different known categorized types of tulips.
Oh, yeah,
Just
it's insane.
tulips. Just
Yeah,
tulips.
it's insane. There's every color,
Yeah.
every combination you could ever think of. And yeah, when you're coming out of that winter depression,
Oh,
like
yeah.
seeing a flower,
Yes.
it's like you're on ecstasy. It's like
Literally.
you're like you're like ready to like rave, but you're out in your
Yeah.
garden and you're like
No, I had the pots in my greenhouse, so they actually bloomed even earlier than they would have if I had them outside.
mm,
And I would walk
good
in,
trick.
right, in February to walk into the greenhouse and it smelled like flowers. And it
Oh,
was the smell I think that I wasn't even anticipating, like, oh, it'll be nice to have pretty flowers. No, smelling them is
it's
something
the best
else.
thing.
Because I love the smell of like winter air too and fall air, but you get sick of it. Like there's no variety. And when you can finally just smell plants again, I don't know. There's something about it that's just so incredible.
And those first spring flowers are when you can still smell because a few weeks later you're
Yes.
not going to be able to smell because you're clogged up with pollen.
Right.
But
So true. So true.
so, what are the things that we can plant now? We've got tulips, we've
Yes.
got daffodils,
Daffodils are a good one.
we've got
Um,
crocus.
Grape hyacinth and regular hyacinth.
Mhm.
I like them both for different reasons. The hyacinth in particular was very fragrant in the greenhouse.
It
No,
smells so good. Oh,
yes, yeah. What are those
there's
like
irises.
snowbells? Is that one of them?
Hmm.
Yeah, those are pretty.
Those are kind of like lesser known, I think.
Yeah, and they pop up really early. The smaller the bloom is, the earlier it pops up, it seems like. And so that comes into play with the layering that I did in the containers as well, which we can talk about. But this what
We're
else is
missing
there?
one. There's ranunculus. Ranunculus? Am I
Yeah,
saying that right?
yeah, yeah.
Ranunculus. That's such a funny word.
It is.
Those are the ones that look like roses, and
Mm,
I have never planted those before. So this fall, I'm planting them, and
they're
I'm really excited.
beautiful.
I want
Yeah.
like a whole bed of them because I've
Mm,
seen that. I was inspired. I saw a post on Instagram of someone that filled an entire container with them, and I was like, wow, this is magical. I
so
have to have
pretty.
this.
There's that woman on Instagram. I think her account is Monologue, and she's got like her whole lawn is just bulbs. And I was looking this up. It's like a thing in the Netherlands specifically that originated
Hmm.
there. Yeah, where they like it's called like a Stinsen garden or something. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but they intentionally plant their grass lawns out with these bulbs so that before the grass comes in the spring, you get like just flush after flush of flowers.
That's amazing. Why do we not
Yeah.
do that? Should we
We
do that?
need to do that. Like it became a life goal of mine. Like, why would we not have this? It also
Right.
probably helps like aerate the soil, I would think.
And the Netherlands is known for their tulips. When I was there, I wanted to buy tulips, but we were there during the wrong time or something. And
Oh
it's always
no.
haunted me. I'm like, I was there. Well, how could I not have gotten tulips? Also, I think that there's regulations between like bringing them back
Sure,
to the
yeah.
country, but whatever. There's like places online that you can order. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a place called Amsterdam Tulips or something, but some of them don't ship here. It's like only certain varieties, which is weird.
There's
I
like
want to know
tulip
why.
laws. I've heard of this thing called tulip mania, and I guess it
Okay.
like originated there as well. So I need to read this because this is just crazy.
Okay.
As demand for the plant grew, because I guess they were like really hard to find at a certain point in history. It wasn't this prolific thing. Many citizens began paying astronomical prices for a single tulip bulb. While many would trade animals, others would go on to make investments equivalent to or exceeding even the cost of a new home.
What? Wait, this is for a single bulb.
Yes. As prices for tulip bulbs began to skyrocket, soon a system of tulip stocks had formed. The value of different tulip varieties would rise and fall depending upon the day. Many invested some or nearly all their money into the tulip trade. Eventually, as we all know, I didn't, the system would go on to collapse as those wishing to profit from their tulip stocks began to sell. As the price of tulip bulbs continued to fall, those who had invested in the tulip trade suffered great losses.
I had no idea that tulips ran this deep. What?
Okay, so I don't know.
Was this just in the Netherlands, or was
I
this like
think
worldwide
so.
phenomenon?
No,
kind
it
of
was
thing?
like
Okay, it was in
because
the,
it was
okay.
very much that was the originator. I mean, the tulips were not like naturalized; they weren't native to the
Yeah.
Netherlands. I believe they have like Asia, some kind of East Asia or something origin. I can't remember. But
Okay.
once they got there, whoa, the people they could not have enough.
That is insane. It's like truffles, like the truffle
Yes,
business or something is very much what it kind of sounds like. Except for I watched a documentary on truffles and apparently the truffle business is pretty dark. Like there's like
that doesn't surprise
mafia kind
me.
of stuff. Like I wonder
Yeah.
if there was ever a tulip mafia.
Oh, I mean, they literally refer to this time period as tulip mania.
Yeah, so I'm sure.
I mean, I
That's
guess
crazy.
they didn't have Pokemon cards to trade back then, so it was all about the tulips or
Right.
something. No, I
Right.
think it was like a big status thing.
And I guess they only need one bulb because they multiply.
Right. Yeah,
And
but like
so,
that
but
should have played into their investment strategy. They should have known like they're gonna multiply.
But to drop a band equivalent to a house on a bulb that might die is insane. You could easily kill it. I mean, tulips aren't the easiest, I
Right.
think, bulb to grow. I don't know, for me anyway. Sometimes they make it through the winter, sometimes they don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I would be not spending that much money on
No.
tulips.
And like even if they make it through the first winter, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have the right conditions because it means they stored enough nutrients to survive and bloom one season. So a lot of times you'll have them one year and then you won't have them the next and you don't know why. And it's because like that
Yeah.
area didn't get enough sun or nutrients or water or whatever it was. So yeah, it's risky. It's risky business and they're still expensive now. Like that was a
Mm-hmm.
big reason
Oh,
why
yeah.
I avoided growing them for so long. I
Yeah.
mean, I still think it's worth it because of that early spring color and the fragrance, but like, whoa. I
Especially
spent
if you want the really
yeah,
funky varieties,
yeah.
they're pretty expensive. And there's so many different funky. My favorite is one that I have. I don't know what they're called, like frizzle tulips or something, where
Like
they have like the
rough
frizzles
edges.
coming off. Yeah, the rough
Yeah.
edges. Those are so cool and so funky, but I think I spent $60
Oh yeah.
on a couple of bulbs.
Yeah.
Insane. No.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. So definitely the best way is to just like divide some from your friends and neighbors that already have some.
Yes.
But whoa.
Facebook Marketplace. I feel like there's
Yeah.
a lot of gardeners on Facebook Marketplace that sell their plants, which I didn't realize until very recently.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can find a lot of good stuff. People just sharing their bounty on Facebook Marketplace.
Pretty sweet.
But obviously be careful on there as well because there's a lot of scammers and stuff. But
Tulip scammers.
tulip scammers. Yeah.
They're out to get us. So I haven't grown any in ground. It sounds like that's your plan for this fall.
I grow most of my tulips in containers. So in my raised beds, which are technically containers.
Sure.
But I do more of my daffodils and my irises are always in ground. I feel like daffodils are the easiest, to be honest. And I feel like they multiply the best. They're the most cold hardy.
Yeah.
Also my
And
irises too.
I think I was surprised to see how many different varieties of daffodils there were. Like they
Oh
really
yeah.
do have a good amount of color variety.
It's like tulips,
It
kind of.
is. Yeah.
Not quite as much variety as tulips, but
Yeah.
they're so fun. And I feel and daffodils are the first ones to pop up for me every year. February. I see them in February.
I see the
And
crocuses first, I think, usually.
okay. See, I don't have any crocus planted either.
We don't have any that we've planted. They were always here. Like they just pop up in random parts of the yard. I'm like, that's how I know that it's really spring.
Yeah, when the crocus comes up. So there's a difference between bulbs, corms, and tubers.
Mm-hmm.
So tulips are bulbs, crocuses are corms,
Yep.
and then daffodils are tubers. I mean, honestly, it's just the terminology. You still plant them the same, but if you see when you're shopping, like daffodil tubers versus bulbs, that's why. It's just
That
different.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason that we're planting these in the spring is because they need that cold
In the
stratification. They need that
fall.
dormancy. I mean, in the fall, yeah.
Yeah.
We're planting this in the fall. I'm all mixed up today.
No.
I'm
I just
backwards.
did the garlic planting YouTube video that I just did, which garlic is a bulb, so I can talk about this. This is relevant. Well, is it a bulb or is it a corm or is it a rhizome? Now I
It's
don't
a
know.
clove.
Okay, so it's none of
I
them.
don't know.
Never mind. Anyway, what was my point? I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh God. I don't know. It's
It's a
gone.
morning. It's a morning for sure. We're foggy this morning.
Yeah, we are.
That's fine. You actually have a pretty good excuse, though.
I know.
mean,
I try
you
not to
are
use it every time, but it is valid. I mean, there's a whole baby taking my
Hey,
brain, so
use it while you can.
I know we're running out of time. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. In the
Okay.
YouTube video, I swapped hardneck and softneck garlic. So
Oh no.
so I was like describing like the storage characteristics of one, and I meant the other. So I was just relating. I was just sympathizing with you, and in the process, I forgot what I forgot.
Listen, there's so much information up here. It doesn't
No.
always come out like how it is up
Do you
here.
know how many
And that's
plants
okay.
there are to think about?
Right, exactly. It's like we have just filing cabinets of
Yeah.
stuff and
Oh,
we
I wish.
pull one out. And
Yeah.
sometimes we grab the wrong file and that's okay.
Yeah. And sometimes we're having a contraction while we're talking. It's fine.
Dagny literally, so before we filmed, Dagny texted me. I said, okay, I'm setting up now. And then she texted and said, oh, I might be a few minutes behind. I'm having contractions, just casually.
She's
And I
like,
was
excuse me?
I was like, are you good? Should we
I'm
be
so
filming
good.
today?
Everything's fine.
And she's just like, yeah, I'm
They're just
cool.
practice ones, I think.
Baby's practicing to come
Yeah.
out.
Yes. All right, are we talking about plants? I don't
Anyways,
know.
yeah, we were
like,
talking
what
about
is
plants.
going
We're talking about they need chill hours and the way that because I've had people ask like, what does that even mean? And how do they survive?
Yeah.
So the bulbs, the tubers, the corms, they're basically like little energy balls. Like they have all the energy that they need already stored in there to use. And it's just magic. That's the answer. It's just magic
It's true. It's
how
called
they survive the winter.
vernalization, but it's really magic.
Exactly. They don't need to know the fertilization.
Whatever's happening under the ground is none of my business. I just need to get
Right.
it in the ground. I have
Yes.
seen, are you going to use like the auger attachment for your drill to do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
I
looks like
do.
so much fun.
There's no other way to do it, Dagny. Have
No.
you not used this?
Well, I've never planted bulbs in the ground, so I haven't
okay,
really
okay,
had an
okay.
excuse to. But yeah.
Yeah. It's very necessary. I could be because we have the clay soil here.
Oh, yeah.
And just digging into that with a shovel, no, thank you. Attach an auger to a power drill. Bada bing, bada boom. You're drilling in the soil, and it's so much easier.
That sounds so fun. Now I want to plant in ground.
It's very fun. I have one that is very heavy duty. It's like you have to grip it with two hands, and it's
What?
like it's 3 feet long. It's
Whoa.
it's very overkill for bulbs. You do not need an auger like this. All you need is like the little 6-inch one that attaches to
Yeah.
your drill. But I have one of these heavy duty ones because
Hey, if
I
you
was
have
sent
it.
it. I didn't buy this. I was sent it by a company. I think Ryobi sent it to me.
Oh, nice.
It's so much fun to use. I feel so construction-y when I'm
You're like Bob the Builder.
It is good for planting bigger things like blueberries, trees,
Okay.
like perennials and stuff in the
Yeah.
ground. It's good for that. But anyway, yeah, for bulbs, we're talking about bulbs here. For bulbs, you just need the 6-inch little auger. They're like $10
Yeah.
at the store. Just
Yeah,
grab
because
some of
just an
those.
attachment for your drill.
And you can plant bulbs any time until your ground freezes.
Right.
So we have plenty of time. Here in zone 8A, probably December. Like our ground doesn't really freeze. Honestly, probably till January, I would
Ours
say.
too, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time. I feel behind because I haven't done it yet, and I haven't even ordered any yet.
And even then, like you could do it in a container. You just couldn't do it
Yeah.
in ground. I think it just needs like 2 months probably. I know that's the case with garlic of like temps around 32 or below. So as long as you can do that and the timing works out, even if you put in a container, it should be fine. And honestly, like I had my containers in the greenhouse. So half the time they probably weren't even getting that cold. Probably just down into the 40s and they were fine.
I think it's cool to plant in containers because you can really, really crowd them more
Right.
than you can in
Yeah.
ground because they're easier to take out and divide rather than because I don't know about anyone else, but I'm not gonna the ones that I have in the ground, I'm not gonna be digging them out every year to divide them. No, no, no. Once they go in the ground, they divide themselves and the patch just gets like bigger and bigger and it's more
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But in a container, if you're wanting to divide and share with friends or whatever, it's a lot easier to do it in a container.
Yeah, I didn't realize that when I planted my containers for the first time last year, and I ended up doing not exactly the spacing that the bag said or whatever, but they weren't as close together as they could have been. I didn't really take advantage of that, so I'm curious to like dig them up and see if that resulted in them multiplying more because they had more room to expand or not. But and they were full enough. I feel like I definitely could have had blooms for longer if I had planted them more compactly, but I didn't. And I ended up using terracotta because with bulbs, like they can rot really easily. And I didn't really, I watered them like a few times just to keep the soil from going hydrophobic. But other than that, like I let them get pretty dry because they're dormant this time of year. Like they're setting up some root systems, but we don't want them to leaf out. So we don't activate them too much.
And that's why you don't want to plant them too early either.
Yeah.
Because then they'll start popping up. And it's not the end of the world if that happens. It's just not healthiest for
Yeah.
the bulb. I've done that before. I've planted them like way too early. I think I planted them in like September because I thought it was the right time, like my first year. And they started sprouting. And I was like, oh, I don't think that this is supposed to happen.
Oops. Lesson learned.
So the general rule of thumb when you're planting bulbs, because you want to plant them deep enough too. You don't want to plant them too shallow, but you don't want to plant them too deep. So the rule of thumb is to plant 3 times as deep as the bulb's height.
Yep.
So you have like a 1-inch bulb, you want to plant it 3 inches deep. If you plant them too shallow, first of all, it's easier for critters to dig up,
Big problem. Yeah.
which I have some tips if you want to avoid squirrels, because squirrels are kind of notorious for digging them up because I think they think that they're nuts that they stored for the winter. Chicken cloth is really easy.
Yeah.
Like once you plant your bulbs, just layer some chicken cloth over it and that'll prevent anything from digging. Or a cloche or something. Just protect it somehow with that. And then there's also other deterrents, but I don't really, I feel like a physical deterrent is better than a chemical one.
Right. And even if you were to just sprinkle some like cayenne pepper or something, like that's going to wash away and it's going to be like really high maintenance. Like I think it does help a little bit, but only if you're really on top of it. So it's not really worth the effort. And like you're not going to be watering your in-ground tulips, right? Like they're just going to let them do what they're going to do. Yeah, I think the depth thing is also important just in terms of preventing frost heaves from pushing them up out of the ground too much too.
If you live in a colder environment, I think mulching is a good idea just to give them a little more insulation, a little more, make it a little more cozy for winter.
Yeah.
I never do that here. I plant it and forget it. I drill a hole in the ground, drop them in. That's it. Forget about it.
Which is like such a fun, like I love that when you can just plant something and not have to baby it.
Right.
Yeah.
But in a colder environment, and honestly, like I said, tulips maybe would be worth the extra effort. Like I have lost tulips over winter before, so maybe I should put more effort into it. I think they're a little more sensitive than the other ones.
Which is funny because they go so deep.
Right. I don't know. I think that they're less frost tolerant. They just like to
Yeah.
be babied more because they're bougie. I mean, there was a whole stock market created for them. So
Yeah, like, do they know? Did it go to their heads or like we're really
Ye-
special?
yeah. They know they're special,
They
okay?
know.
They're freaking beautiful.
So yeah, I mean, as far as like edible bulbs go too, I did try to pick varieties for my containers that I could eat. With the flowering ones, generally like the bulbs are always, the underground part is always toxic, so do not eat the underground parts. But you can eat the petals of tulips, daylilies, which again, be really sure they're actually daylilies, and grape hyacinth. And grape hyacinth supposedly does actually have kind of a grapey flavor.
Really?
I have not experimented with that, so
Never tried it.
no. But as long as you're really confident in the idea of the plant and everything, you can eat the petals of those. And supposedly the tulips have lots of different flavors, like I said. Of course, saffron crocus, which is very different than the ornamental crocus. You can eat is it the stamens? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another one that's real special and real expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Saffron. And a lot of people don't realize that that is where saffron comes from.
Right.
It's it's just a tiny
little.
teeny little thing in the flower, and it's only one. Like one bulb produces one little saffron. So I mean,
Yeah.
no wonder they're so expensive.
That is the one thing where I'm like, I understand why you cost so much. Yeah, that's fair. I get it.
Yeah, and I love saffron. I love anything saffron flavored.
Yeah.
I love it.
Of
And
course, it has
a
to
lot
be
of health
delicious.
benefits as well. I don't know if this is very buzzy right now. I've seen a lot of like mental health benefits for
Really
saffron, and I don't really
interesting.
know any science behind that, but it's all the buzz right now, apparently.
Wow. I mean, flowers can save us all, I feel like. So I believe it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's like your alliums. So
Oh, I
there's
forgot
lots of
about that
different.
one. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of
And those
different
are so
alliums.
fun. Those remind me of like Dr. Seuss. They're very
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss coded
Yeah.
because they're just like little balls.
Purple
And
puffballs.
they're so cute.
They are. And
I
some of
love
them are
them.
huge. Yeah. There's like
Yeah.
a bunch of different varieties. So,
That's another one on my list. See, I have a lot of work to do because I really only have daffodil. I have my trusty daffodils that come up
yep.
every year. I have my trusty irises, and then I have some tulips, but that's it. So I really need to add hyacinth, ranunculus, alliums. I need
Yeah.
to add all these things.
Meg's like,
I'm
I need to
I'm
get
feeling
off
the
this
pressure.
this
Yeah, I
call
need to go
right
plant
now.
them right now. I'm so behind. No, like I said, we have plenty of time. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I get this question a lot when people do see my daffodils and stuff. They ask me, "What do you do after they're done blooming? Do you cut them back? Do you
Yeah.
just leave them?" And you're supposed to just leave them. You just
Yeah.
let them die off naturally. It's part of their process. Don't cut them back. Don't pull on them to try to get the dead leaves out. You might actually pull out the whole bulb. You don't
Right.
want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to disturb the roots. So you just let them do their thing. That's it. And that's the beauty of it. You literally, once you plant these and once they get established, you do not have to do anything. Unless you want to fertilize them. You don't even need to do that really.
No.
I mean, you can if you want more blooms and you
Right.
just want them to look prettier and stuff. You can do that, sure. But like my daffodils in the front of my house, I don't do anything.
I think that confusion comes from like we see so many videos of tulip farmers pulling out the whole flower plant, and they do that because if you do cut off the flower part itself before it has a chance to die back, those nutrients don't go back into the bulb, so they won't rebloom next year. So there's no point in them as flower farmers to actually leaving those bulbs in the ground. So that's why they yank them out by the root.
Also, they might be dividing them to sell.
True. Yes, that is also something they do. But I've seen like people get really outraged about it on videos that they're just like wasting the tulip bulbs.
I mean, yeah, they don't seem like something you should be wasting. Do they
mean,
know about
yeah.
tulip mania? Maybe you need to email them. This is also something to think about is the timing that they pop up. And this is how you can create a staggered blooming season. So we
Yes.
have our early bloomers, which we talked about. Like for me, daffodils are the first that I see, but I think snowdrops and crocus are
Mm-hmm.
before daffodils. So those are the early ones. Then the mid ones are the daffodils and the tulips. And daffodils pop up before the tulips.
Mm-hmm.
The tulips are a little bit later. And then the late ones are the alliums. They don't really start popping up, I think, until summer, kind of like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
early summer
Mm-hmm.
before your summer bulbs start popping up. So that's kind of cool and how you can maybe stagger a container if you want it to be blooming for a really long time. And I think the snowdrops and the crocus are lower to the ground as well, so you could put those like in the
Yes.
front,
Yeah.
and then a middle with tulips and daffodils would be cute, and then alliums in the back because they're tall. I'm giving myself an
I
idea
know.
right
She's
now.
like, oh, wait, I'm going to do this.
I'm actually
Yeah.
planning this for myself.
No, that's sort of what I did in the containers. I put the tulips in at the very bottom, and then I had my like narcissus, and then the I don't know where the grape hyacinth fit in. It was probably around there on the middle layer, and then the crocuses on the top. And it's pretty easy to tell because like for whatever reason, randomly or not, the ones that bloom earliest tend to have the smallest bulbs, and they need to go toward the surface because they don't need to be planted as deep anyway. So
That's
typically
right.
that
It's
will
like
give you
you
the
can plant like a lasagna
yeah, that's what I
too.
did. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh, plant them in the front of,
Well, in
like
a
the
in-ground
space,
bed, yeah, that does work too, for sure.
but no, it's cooler that you can just lasagna
Yeah,
them too
yeah.
because right, they don't they yeah, bulbs are so cool. I'm just realizing this right now. I'm getting so many ideas during this episode.
Yeah, get out
I
there.
want to make a lasagna container. Oh my
Mm,
gosh.
you
I'm gonna do
should.
that.
It's
I'm
fun.
gonna
It's
do that.
easy.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up here. Hopefully, you guys get out there and plant some bulbs in the next couple of weeks. Do your lasagna containers because honestly, that sounds so much fun, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. You can find me at Metgrows Plants on across all channels. You can find Dagny at the Cottage Peach, and you can find the Garden Girls podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the places, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.